like to welcome Sarah James, who's Exploration Manager at Encounter Resources, to the stage, focused back on some of those technology minerals and core base metals with copper and rare earths in Western Australia at Aileron and West Arunta. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you. It's great to be here today to present on behalf of Encounter and speak about our copper and critical minerals exploration in Australia, particularly our Aileron project here in Western Australia. As you can see, I get out in the field. My helicopter shot is proof. So Encounter is one of Australia's leading mineral exploration and project generation companies listed on the ASX. Our primary focus is on discovering copper and critical mineral deposits in two top-tier jurisdictions in Australia, WA and NT. And we have a highly credentialed board and exploration team, and we've assembled an extensive project portfolio. Encounter's business model is clear. As a project generator and explorer, we're progressing projects through a mixture of partnerships, joint ventures and through sole funding. And we're extremely fast moving on new data sets and technologies, and this has really enabled us to secure belt scale opportunities in new and emerging regions. And we've built partnerships and we collaborate with high quality exploration teams and industry experts. We have significant farm-in agreements in copper with leading mineral exploration companies BHP, South32 and IGO. And we are progressing our large portfolio of 100% owned projects rapidly to reach defined milestones, including at our Aileron project in the West Arunta, which is the focus of my presentation today. So Encounter's Aileron project in the West Arunta is located quite close to the WA-NT border, in an area which has been significantly underexplored and in the past geologically misinterpreted. And the region was essentially a blank sheet of paper when we moved into the area. And exploration in the past 12 months has seen this emerging critical minerals province give rise to multiple new niobium and rare earth discoveries. And I'll touch on the large drill programs at our farming projects with South32 in the NT towards the end. So greenfields exploration requires time and sustained commitment. And we first identified an opportunity in the West Arunta and had our first tenement granted in 2019. And we've been building our tenure position, work programs and field capabilities here for quite some time. Our lovely field exploration camp shown here is fully functional, very comfortable and includes high-speed internet thanks to the wonders of Starlink. And we've completed a number of major regional geophysical surveys in our tenement package, including gravity, radiometrics and magnetics, and the results of which have led to the commencement of a diamond drilling program in May this year. And this diamond drill program discovered large-scale niobium rare earth mineralised carbonatites over 3.5 kilometres. Follow-up RC drilling is now in progress, and further diamond drilling is scheduled to commence later this month. So Encounter controls a commanding land holding over 100 kilometre strike east to west in the West Arunta. And you can see our West Arunta tenure shown here on a magnetic image. And WA1 has had tremendous exploration success at Looney on our southern boundary here and at the P2 target to the west. And Encounter's discovery of the carbonatite-related mineral system at Hosky and Crean, adjacent to the large magnetic features in the centre of this image, on the large-scale fault we've called the Elephant Island Fault. And you can see this fault and other major regional scale structures quite clearly in the magnetics, and these faults are fundamentally important framework to the mineral system. But now I'm just going to zoom in on this Hosky and Crean target area. Our first hole, EAL001, intersected 16 metre wide niobium rare earth mineralised carbonatite on the Elephant Island Fault. and we were able to get a structural reading from the drill core, and this indicated that the carbonatite was striking approximately east-west, parallel to the Elephant Island Fault. So based on our access to drill pads at the time, we stepped an enormous 2 kilometres to the east, and we drilled EAL 008 next. Don't ask me why the numbers are out of order. Well, I know, but that is the next one, 2 k's to the east. And in this drill hole, we intersected the mineralised carbonatite again. This time it was 69 metres thick. We stepped another 1.5 kilometres to the east to EAL 007, and this time the intersection was over 280 metres thick. And we ended that hole in mineralisation. So a follow-up RC drill program is in progress, with further carbonatites intersected 200 metres to the north of EAL 7 ongoing. So this is a little bit of what the core looks like from the 282 metre intersection in EAL 007, and it's remarkably consistent down the hole and includes clearly visible pyrochlore, which is a niobium oxide mineral. And I have some wonderful examples of the core at our booth, so please feel free to come and have a look. They're pretty spectacular looking rocks. So the 282 metre carbonatite intersection averaged 0.54% niobium pentoxide and 0.17% TREO from 64 metres to the end of the hole. The top core photo shows 4 metres of the core towards the top of the intersection, and this was part of an internal 19 metres at 1% niobium pentoxide and 0.2% TREO. And the lower image shows another 4 metres of core from around the middle of the hole. And this was part of an internal 48 metres at 1% niobium pentoxide and 0.2% TREO, which also included a sub-interval of 5 metres at 2.2% niobium oxide in fresh rock. So we only have assays from these holes so far that we expedited through the lab, but this is a major new mineral system. It's large scale, it's depth extensive, and it's growing rapidly. And the next round of assays are due in October this year. So follow-up drilling, RC, is in progress, and this is designed to extend the mineralisation at Crean, as well as to test 4 other targets. The Hurley and the Wild target are gravity anomalies on another major structure, and drilling at Green to the south will test for extensions to the Looney system to our south. So the drill program will run through to the end of October, and we have got 10,000 metres of drilling planned, and we are busy. So in May this year, Encounter completed one of the largest regional scale Falcon gravity surveys ever for a junior explorer. So the targets I was just talking about that are being explored by RC are seen here on the west. Additional gravity targets from this Falcon survey revealed some really incredible new targets out to the east. Remembering the scale, this is nearly 100 kilometres. So the Mawson and Pierce anomalies are 6 milligal gravity anomalies, so they're seriously large, high amplitude features. And these targets are going to be part of what we extend our exploration to in 2024. So the major exploration program will continue at Aileron, with field activities running through to the end of season in November. Assay results from RC and diamond drilling are expected in October and will continue through to January 2024. So niobium is a critical mineral with growing strategic value. And I won't go into the niobium market today, but it is critical and defined as a critical mineral for the USA, Europe, Japan and Australia. And it is a key commodity for modern economies, and the market is growing at 8% a year. So just to change tact, complementing our 100% exploration in the West Arunta, Encounter has large farm-in agreements with BHP South 32 and IGO. And Encounter is one of the largest exploration landholders in the Northern Territory, and we have a large portfolio of first mover opportunities where we're targeting both sediment-hosted and IOCG copper. About a third of our NT exploration is funded by our partnership with BHP, another third funded by South32, and then we have a series of 100% owned projects. But today I'll just zoom in a little bit on our Jessica and Carrara projects. Zeta is a coincident gravity and magnetic anomaly associated with a discrete seismic reflector, a regionally significant deep feeder structure. Hang on, I've skipped ahead. So drilling is underway with South32, and the work included seismic reprocessing and a detailed gravity survey, which defined a number of new drill targets at Jessica and Carrara. And in progress is 6,500 metres of diamond drilling. And the first drilling that was completed is at the Zeta target here, at the north of the Jessica project. So Zeta is a coincident gravity and magnetic anomaly, and it is associated with the discrete seismic reflector, a regionally significant deep feeder structure in seismic. So this stunning confluence of 3 independent data sets makes Zeta a really compelling drill target and priority for us moving forward for IOCG mineralisation. And the planned drilling completed by South32 is the very first drilling in the area. So in closing, Encounter, as you can see, has an incredible portfolio of both copper and critical minerals projects, and we are well funded. Our major exploration programs are being funded by partners, and we have drilling in progress. And we have recently made a major carbonatite discovery in the emerging West Arunta Critical Minerals Province. We have currently completed a significant RC drilling program, expanding and testing new targets. Thank you. Sure.
One for me?
Yeah.
Yeah? I might get you to just shuffle across for me if that's all right. Questions? At the risk of being a little bit nerdy, I was quite interested in, at the top you said there's been a reinterpretation of a lot of the ground holding. 2 parts to the question. What is the reinterpretation and what's led to it? But then how are emerging exploration technologies kind of reshaping how you're going about exploring your holding?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so the geology was mapped in the past by the Geological Survey as predominantly Paleoproterozoic in age, so quite old rocks compared to what we're now seeing in our drilling. The reason why we were attracted to the area was for unusual magnetic signatures, and we very quickly have intersected and dated rocks of a much younger age that has similarities to ICG provinces across Australia. The carbonatite discovery we are yet to date, but certainly we have indications that it could well be even younger still. So I guess what that means is that the structures that are hosting the mineralisation are tapping quite deep fluids. It changes the potential chemistry of what can come out of these rocks. Certainly the niobium and rare earth opportunities in carbonatites is quite unusual. Carbonatites are globally associated with rare earth and niobium discoveries, but they're not very common, and they're certainly never been identified in the area. So our ability to be able to use drilling data and also an understanding of carbonatite mineral systems in geochemistry will be how we will push this project forward. So,
Thank you, Sarah.
Lots to be done.